Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek and today we are going to discuss about how can we fetch data from any website using NodeMCU or any ESP8266 module with your any type of Arduino board, Uno, Nano or whatever board you are using. I have seen a lot of videos about that already on the internet on YouTube, but there have been several problems or issues in them. So we are going to solve them here today. And I'm going to break this whole concept down to you guys in the easiest way possible. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do that and also press the bell icon for all the updates and notifications. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm just going to describe the process. Today I'm not going to get into the theoretical part. We are just going to see the process of how we can fetch the data from any website using NodeMCU or ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. So let's get started. Open any browser of your choice. I'm using Google Chrome. You can use any browser you want. So in the browser, what you have to search for is ThingSpeak. Just search on your browser ThingSpeak. Then go to this IoT Analytics, thingspeak.com. Then what you have to do is go to apps and then select ThingHTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And then here you have to create a new ThingHTTP. Click on new ThingHTTP. Then what we are going to do is take time from a website. Okay. So for that, what you have to do is open your Google and search current time. Okay. So current time and then select any website. I'm going to use worldtimeserver.com. So just click on that. Then what you have to do is click on the time, right click, and then you have to inspect it. Then when you inspect it, you will get the code of this page or something like that. So here is the HTML code. Hold on a second. Yeah. So here is the HTML code, and what you have to do is, see, here is the local time class. Okay. So what we have to do is copy this. Now I'm going to tell you first what problem is there in all the other videos on YouTube and how we can correct that. So see this div class local time. Here is the time. This is for the time. So what we have to do is right click on that, copy, and copy X path. Remember this is a very crucial step. We have to copy the X path. So I copied the X path. Then over here I changed the name of the API to current time. Okay, current time 1, I'll just say it. Then over here you have to paste that X path, parse string. You have to just simply paste it over here. Now we have to do one more thing. We have to copy the URL of the site. So we are just going to copy this with Ctrl+C and paste it over here with Ctrl+V. We are done. Now we have to change the HTTP version to 1.0. 1.1 will also work, but I prefer using 1.0. So I have to just save the HTTP now. Save ThingHTTP. API is created now. So what we have to do now, just copy this URL with Ctrl+C and paste it over here. And then let's see if we are getting the time properly. So this is what most of the YouTubers out there are doing. Here we are definitely getting time. Here is the time. We are definitely getting the time, but we are getting a lot of garbage values. So how to correct that? I'm going to tell you now. See, what we copied here actually is the whole class, but we only need the time. So what we have to copy is here the span ID something, this line, which is now blue highlighted, right? So just copy the X path. Then you have to go to the ThingHTTP, edit ThingHTTP. And what you have to do is change the ID over here. Parse string. You have to change it, then save the ThingHTTP Once it is saved, just go to your API link and refresh it. So here you can see we get the time right. Okay. So this was the first mistake that so many YouTubers or so many people over the internet are doing. So what you have to do is, you do not have to select the whole class. You have to select just where the time or whatever data you want. You have to just copy the XPath of only that line of code, right? So now we have created the API and we have got our data value which we wanted. But now we have to use our Node MCU board, right? We have to write it to the Arduino code. So let's see that now. Okay, so this is the basic Arduino code which I will put in the description box below. You can download it from there only. So what is this code? Actually, I'm going to explain you in very brief. So the first thing here is to include the library for ESP8266 Wi-Fi module. You can download this library from GitHub or anywhere. You will just simply search on Google and you can download this library, ESP8266 Wi-Fi.h. And then you have to here write your Wi-Fi name. If you are using your phone hotspot, you have to write your Wi-Fi name over here, and then you have to write your hotspot password over here. See, mine is this, so I will write that. Here you have to write the host. Using the host here is api.thingspeak.com. See, this is our host, api.thingspeak.com. So we'll write the host over there. And then what we have to change in the program, we have to first in the void setup we have to start connecting to a Wi-Fi network. We'll pass our password and SSID and all that stuff. Then in the void loop section, what we have to do is here we have to pass the URL. Now we don't have to pass the URL of the site over here. We have to pass which URL over here? This URL, which is the URL of our API. Now one mistake that most of the people are doing is they are copy pasting the whole URL here. But we have to paste only this much over here. Why? Because see in the program over here that it is already combining host plus URL. So we have already given the host thingspeak.com. So what we have to do is only give the URL that's after the host. Okay. So this is the basic program. All these changes you have to make. Still there is a problem which most of the YouTubers have not rectified. I'm going to do that. Let's first copy this code and upload it on the Node MCU board. Control A, Control C. Then I'll just Control V over here. Then go to Tools. Make sure that your board is selected correctly. And then you have to check if your COM port is selected correctly. Done. Then what you have to do is upload the program. It's going to take some time. So I'm just going to pause the video here and show you when this all is done. So the program is compiled now and it's uploading. It's already 23% uploaded. It's going to take some seconds to upload. So the program is uploading now and it's almost done. And the program is uploaded. So what we'll do now is open a serial monitor here. Make sure that the baud rate selected here is 115200 because generally it's 9600. So you have to change it to 115200. So let's see over here. We are getting nothing. Let me check that again. Okay, so why it's not working over here, we'll just change the delay and re-upload the program. So we are connected to the Wi-Fi. Now let's see if we are getting our time over here. Yeah, it's working fine. So we are here getting our time. Okay. So that's how you can fetch any type of data from any website. So what was the third problem I was talking about actually is that you have to change this particular delay over here. This client.print, after the get you are using here this get string, so you have to change the delay over here. See, if I decrease this delay to maybe 100 and then upload the program, you will see that once the value is fetched, but after that the value is not being fetched again for like 2-3 tries. And what's the reason behind that? That it's not getting enough time to establish a connection and fetch the data from over there. So you have to keep this step in mind. Most of people have not done this, and that's why their code is not working. You have to change this delay to like 2000 or 1500, something in that range. So the program is uploaded. I'll just show you the difference when I so see, our tries are being finished. They are completing, our tries are finishing, but the time is not being fetched from the website. I hope that delay thing is clear. That's the problem number 3 that most of the YouTubers or most of the other content creators have not addressed. So please keep all 3 in mind. See, the data is not being fetched. So just change the delay over here to approximately 2 seconds. I'll suggest you to do it for 2 seconds. So now you will see that the program is working fine. The data is being fetched from the website, whatever website you are using. There may be a case that some websites are encrypted and that data can't be fetched. So that's an exception. Otherwise, you can fetch whatever data you want from any website. What you have to do is, I'll just repeat in a minute. What you have to do is go to the website, right click on whatever data you want, copy the ID of that thing with the copy XPath, then paste it over here in the thing HTTP, where you have to paste it at the parse string and the URL here. Then create that thing HTTP, copy this and paste it on your web browser, and you will get the time or whatever data you want to fetch. So let's see now. We are uploaded and see here we are getting the time properly. Try 1 is finished. Now it's getting waiting for the next try. Then you will see here we will get our data for every try. That means it's getting uploaded every time we are fetching the data. Yeah, try 1, here you will see try 1 we got the data, then try 2 we got the data. Now it's waiting for the 3rd try. I hope it's clear to you guys. It's a very useful concept. Whatever data you want, you can fetch. I have a project suggestion for you right now. What you can do is, see, we all know that Corona and COVID-19 thing is going on in the world. So what we can do is create a project where we fetch the number of Corona cases in your locality or in your state, country, whatever, and fetch that data using your NodeMCU or ESP8266 module, and then interface your NodeMCU or ESP8266 with the LCD or OLED and print your data on that, so that you can make such a device that is updating you in real time whatever the status of the Corona cases in the world or your locality is. That's a very nice project. Even I'll make a video on that. So I hope you guys are clear with the concept. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Share with your friends. If you have any queries, comment below. And please subscribe to my channel. Your subscriptions and your comments give me motivation to make more such videos. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.